Thank you so much for joining. I have a question for you, my fellow Prosperous Heart entrepreneur. Has there ever been a time in your business or personal life that you've just kind of felt stuck, maybe uncreative, maybe you're just not really sure if this is the right thing for you, right? A lot of that self-doubt. Perhaps you were lacking creative ideas, or maybe you just lacked the drive to move forward towards your own goals. In today's video, I'll be sharing 7 ways with which, or rather, how to get unstuck in your business or life. When you receive value from today's Prosperous Heart training, please say hashtag level up, this word right here. Oh, well, that word, hashtag level up. Oops. So, and what you learned so that I can celebrate you. And if you would like to receive a link to today's training, access to my group for business owners with prosperous hearts, and a gift relating to today's topic, then you can get all of that via private message when you say clarity down below. And I didn't set up that word, but let me see if I can do that really fast in case someone needs the spelling. So just this word, clarity, right here. That word. So when you say that word down below, I'll be sure to reach out via private message and get you the link to watch this whenever you want, the invitation to my group, and then that little gift in relation to what we're talking about today. And for those of you who prefer receiving that information via email, or maybe you're watching this not on the Book of Faces where I'm recording this right now, then check out the description for the link to join my newsletter and receive the same. Okay, so now, once again, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Cassandra. I am the Prosperous Heart, and my passion is to empower people just like you to create better results in their digital marketing efforts by making them tech stuff easy and shortening your learning curve. So, as a human, we all tend to get frustrated when we feel stuck. We are programmed to desire to continue to make progress in our lives, and sometimes that just doesn't happen for any number of reasons. Those reasons that we perceive that we are stuck, I'm going to be sharing with you today 7 ways with which to get unstuck, both in business and in life. So, the first way is to understand exactly why you are stuck. Perhaps you are dwelling on the past, right? You need to let go of what you have or have not accomplished in your past. What's past is past. All that you can do is know where you are now, know where you want to go, and take the steps to move forward, even if you don't feel like it, even if it's just 15 minutes a day of exercise or reading a good book or making a sales call, right? You have to let go of your past, forgive yourself for not being where you want to be, and just start taking forward movement, forward action. You also need to stop comparing yourself to somebody else. You don't have the same life that they do. We all do have 24 hours in a day, but we all can't manage it the same. Someone who is completely free and doesn't have to have a job has a lot more time in their day to work on their business. Someone who has a full-time job and a business and a fur baby and this and that has limited time. But what matters is what you do in that time. Are you scrolling through the Book of Faces? Are you reaching out to people? Are you connecting? Are you building those relationships with people, right? So your time may not be managed in the same way, but you have to learn how to be effective with your time. So don't compare yourself in your situation to somebody else. The only race that you are fighting is the one with which you are looking to beat the yesterday version of yourself. Okay. So you also, in relation to letting go of your past, is that you want to get centered. You want to get reacquainted with your why. You need to create a compelling vision for yourself, because without the vision, the people perish. If you don't know where you want to go, if you don't see what the lifestyle looks like, know that feeling of joy and peace that comes with knowing that you don't have to worry about what's coming into the bank, right? Those kinds of things are going to help you have that clearer vision and be able to make those steps towards your goals, right? So get centered, get reacquainted with your why. And Napoleon Hill once said that you would not have the desire unless you are capable of the achievement. And I highly believe that. It does not matter what type of excuse you want to give yourself for not achieving it. There is somebody in your situation who has overcome whatever it is you feel like you can't. And by you telling yourself that you can't, you won't. That's just how it is. And I'm so excited because I'm actually at an event today that spoke on this exact topic. I feel like I'm in such alignment with all the things today, but I'll talk on about that probably in here in a little bit. So that's step number one, is letting go of your past and stop comparing yourself to others. The way number two is to determine your priorities, and there are 4 Ds to determine your priorities. The first is to declutter and organize your thoughts. A confused mind does nothing. So if you have these little bits and pieces all over, how does that make you feel? Are you stressed out? Do you have all that you need to feel like you've got everything in order? But here's the other thing. Perfection does not equal success either. So you can't just try and wait until everything is perfect and in line. You have to figure out what you want, make steps to do it, organize your thoughts, and move forward. And every time that you move forward, you have to review what you're doing to see if that's working. Yes, yes, always do something about it, Timothy. That's right. So declutter and organize your thoughts. A confused mind does nothing. The second D to determining your priorities is delegate. I can't tell you how much time I have spent on things that I could have hired somebody else to do for any number of reasons. I didn't have the time to find someone to make this thumbnail. I didn't have time for, whatever, right? But you have to make the time to figure out what you can delegate. I've determined that I have 7 to 8 hours every week that I devote to my business that I could delegate to somebody else. So I created a plan and I've put it into motion to find a VA, a virtual assistant, to be able to complete those 7 to 8 hours. Because those 7 to 8 hours, I can be doing so much more. I can be, connecting with somebody, making a sale, answering questions, whatever that might be, whatever that might look, right? So second D in determining your priorities is delegate. The third one is delete, because there are things that you're probably doing that is not benefiting you, right? Scrolling through the book of faces, watching TV, as so many people have said, are the electronic income reducers, right? So delete what does not serve you, delete what is not allowing you to move forward with the goals in your life, and just get rid of it. If it's something that you can put off, like your health is something you can put off, but like uh, maybe there's some project that, whatever, find a way to uh, determine, declutter, delegate, delete. And the fourth is do. So whatever you don't declutter, right, once you've got it organized, whatever you don't delegate to somebody else, whatever you don't delete because it's no longer serving you, do it. There's no one else left to do it. So you have to do it. In order to have the success that you wish for, you must take the steps in order to do that. And it means take action. All right. So those are the 4 Ds of determining your priorities. So the step number 3, and I guess it's not really a step, it's the tip number 3 on how to get unstuck is to make sure that you're making time for your business, right? You've probably heard this so many times, but a lot of times people are like, yeah, I'll spend a couple hours today, and then they sit and they're watching TV or they're scrolling through some social media, or they get distracted and they don't actually set the time aside for their business. And they're like, oh no, it's 10 o'clock at night. Oh no, it's midnight. Oh no, it's this. Where did the time go? The time went because you weren't paying attention. You weren't being a good delegate for your time. So you must set a schedule that works for you, and it must be a daily consistent thing. You must be working on your business, not just in your business, because if you're not setting that schedule, if you're not making sure that you spend even just an hour or two of time every day to work on your business, you're going to continue to move further and further away from your goals. There's something called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, I believe, that touches on this, and it's an amazing book. You should totally check it out. So you need to be a better time warden. Are you spending that time? Are you wasting that time? Are you doing something productive with that time when you could be working on your goals? Okay, so you have to be a better time warden. Tip number 4 is you need to network. I understand that some people are introverts. Maybe you're an introvert, but you can be an introvert and still be successful. You just have to find out what works for you and do it. And giving it only a week or 2 weeks or a month is not going to be it, because most people are not consistent enough for long enough that they actually build that momentum. So there's 2 types of networking. The first is that you need to surround yourself with people who inspire you to be a better version of yourself. A.D. Posey said, surround yourself with those conducive to you being your highest self. So if you're hanging around people that aren't beneficial to what you're trying to do, if they're negative, if they're complaining, if they're, if they're not working on their own goals and their own dreams, how can they inspire you to be a better version of yourself? How are they conducive to being your highest self? And I'm not saying to cut people out because they're always negative, but you determine, you need to be a time warden of who you spend your time with, right? You can still see them, right? But maybe you just see less of them. All right. So your input, your ideas, your beliefs, all the things you listen to, the things you read, right? All of those inputs influence your thoughts. And those thoughts influence your words and your actions. Your words and your actions influence your results, which then impact your belief. It's a positive or negative cycle, right? So you have to continue to put good stuff in so you can continue to get good stuff out. Your brain is like a garden, okay? If you put salt in your garden, how can you expect anything to grow? If you don't water and tend to your soil, make sure that the plants aren't getting too much or too little sun, right? If you're not tending to your garden, you're not going to get the fruits of your labor, period, right? So you must be networking with people who inspire you to be better, who are conducive to you being your best self, right? And the second part of networking is that you have to meet new people, not just hang around the people that you already know or have met, but you have to meet new and amazing people. You have to find out how you can each empower each other for success, whether it's through business relationships or whether it's through friendships. Maybe you are a meditation or a yoga person, you like to go on retreats. Of course, right now, retreats probably aren't a thing, but you might have a virtual retreat, right? So you have to find new people and find ways to empower each other for success. Surround yourself with like minded people. Tip number 5 is be a lifelong learner. You need to attend events in person or virtual. And this is why I'm so excited right now because I am in day two, 2.5, I don't know, of this amazing event that is for direct salespeople. Now, you may not be a direct salesperson. You may think that they are any number of negative things. But I'm here to tell you, I have been in attendance of ANP, the Association for Network Marketing Professionals, events for years now, even when I wasn't actively promoting a direct sales company, because the lessons that they teach there are literally for every human being, especially those in business and entrepreneurship. They teach relationships. They teach being a good human. They teach you social media strategies. They teach you all of this stuff. And they are a nonprofit, so they don't make money from you coming to these events. And what's even better about this specific event, aside from being able to connect with others who want to help people and empower people to live better lives, is that you are or rather, this event is like $47 for a live stream ticket, and you get access for 30 days. So if you want information on that, just say ANMP down below. Um, it'll look like just ANMP. A as in alpha, N as in Nancy, M as in Mike, P as in Papa, ANMP. Ooh, just throwing stuff off my desk. So be a lifelong learner, attend events, whether in person or virtual, because you can do all of what I've just said already at these events, right? Network, learn things, be a lifelong learner. Other things from attending events is that you need to read books and listen to audios that will help you grow in the ways you wish to improve. For example, I've started picking up a couple of podcasts on Spotify that teach me about the world, and the world as in the oceans and how they are making an impact on global warming, how to just all kinds of stuff that I am interested in because I want to be a better human and I want to leave this world a better place when I leave it, right? So you want to read books and listen to audios that will help you. Tip number 6 on how to get unstuck in your business or life is to find a mentor in every area that you wish to quickly improve upon. Now, some people provide their mentorship for free. Some people it costs to be in their inner circle. Whatever works for you and whoever you wish to follow, find a way to learn from them. Learn from their mistakes. Be a sponge, right? Because what happens when you have someone who's been where you want to go, they help you avoid the pitfalls so that you don't have to make the same mistakes, right? They shorten your learning curve. They can provide you with information on how to avoid their mistakes and help you see outside your vision. One of my favorite stories about this is, you know, there's this person and they are whacking at the weeds of their little square of the jungle of, their work or whatever. And they're whacking the weeds, and they're clearing the space, and they're spending a couple hours and hours. But finally someone goes up the tree and goes, "Hey, you're in the wrong spot." That's what a mentor can do for you. They can say, "Hey, you're doing all this work and it's great that you're making forward progress, but you said you wanted to be over here, but you're doing it over here. So let's find out how you can get back over here," right? So that's what a mentor's for. So find a mentor and all the things that you wish to improve upon in your life and learn from them, okay? And implement. Learn, do, teach. Okay. So tip number 7 is to keep moving forward. It doesn't matter if you didn't do exactly what you wanted to do today. You may have run out of time. Maybe you wasted time. Maybe somebody said something negative about you. Maybe somebody yelled at you. Maybe somebody blocked you. Maybe any number of negative things, right? That's why it's important to stay positive and not focus on those. Because if you focus on those, you're going to tell yourself a story that your brain and your body and your soul is going to believe is not true. Okay, so you can either speak life into your business and your life, or you can speak death. Which would you rather do? Which is going to get you where you want to go faster? So keep moving forward, keep taking actions, learn from what you've done, and make those tweaks as you need to, right? Get a VA if you need to get more time in your life, right? So be consistent and take daily actions. So those are the 7 steps. As a quick recap, not steps, tips. As a quick recap, tip number 1 is understand why you're stuck. Let go of the past. Stop comparing yourself. Get centered. Step. Tip number 2 is to determine your priorities, which is the 4 Ds: declutter and organize, delegate, delete, and do. Tip number 3 is make time for your business and schedule it. Tip number 4 is networking. There's 2 types. Tip number 5, be a lifelong learner. Tip number 6, find a mentor in every area you wish to grow in. And tip number 7 is to keep moving forward. So, did you receive value today? If so, please show some love in this video by giving a heart reaction, or maybe sprinkling this amongst your friends and family, others who you think would benefit from it. And if you learned something new, please remember to do hashtag level up so that I may, so that I may celebrate you in what you've learned today. And then finally, if you want today's replay, if you want today's link to the training, that's a word you're not supposed to use, something about clickbaiting. If you want today's link to the training, the access to my group, as well as the gift related to today's information, simply respond below with clarity, and I'll be sure to get that information to you via Messenger. There we go. Via Messenger. And if you are somewhere else not watching this live, be sure to check the description for a link on how to get that information. So again, it can be very frustrating feeling like you're stuck, whether it's in life or business. But with the 7 tips that I shared today on how to get unstuck in your business or your life, you can begin to feel more creative and have more steps, and have some steps with which you can do right now, today, to make forward movement in your business and towards your desired reality. So if you enjoyed what you saw today and would like to continue learning about how you can how you can further improve your online marketing results, be sure to join me next Saturday at 2 p.m. Central. I am Cassandra, the Prosperous Heart. Thank you again so much for spending your time with me today. My passion is to empower people just like you to create better results in their digital marketing efforts by shortening your learning curve and making the tech stuff easy. I hope you have a wonderful and prosperous rest of your day, and I will see you on the next one.